Hello everyone, I'm Delta and welcome to part 2 of my build tutorial series for NerdForge Design's Halo Reach ODST helmet. In this part, I'll go over painting the base coat, masking off for additional coats, and finally, weathering. At the end of this part, the exterior of the helmet will be complete aside from the visor and any small customizations you'd like. What you'll need for this part of the tutorial is a selection of paint colors you want your helmet to be. I chose light tan, otter brown, and London Gray, as well as silver spray paint for weathering later on. You'll also need painters or some sort of masking tape, a craft blade, a variety of acrylic paints, a few small paint brushes, and some natural sponge pieces. I'll begin this part of the tutorial with my helmet from the last part on my lovely helmet stand named Jack. If you'd like a lovely helmet stand of your very own, all you need to do is to stick a foam head on a car jack handle. As always, when using spray paint, try to be in as open of an area as you can, and if you are in an enclosed area, make sure to use a proper respirator. For the base coat, I'll be using Krylon Fusion Satin Khaki. I'll begin by spraying on a light coat, allowing a few minutes to dry, then applying 2 or 3 medium coats. Allow a few hours to dry completely before moving on to masking to avoid paint peeling later. Once the base coat is dried, I'll move inside and begin taping off where I want the base color to remain. It helps to have some flat tools and picks for this, as well as a craft blade, but they aren't absolutely necessary. When I am unsure of where I want to put colors, I'll print a 25% scale helmet to paint with acrylic paint to come up with a concept for the helmet before I begin painting the full scale helmet. Now that I have the helmet taped off, it's time to paint the first accent color. Before using the accent color, for clean lines, I'll paint on one more coat of the base color and allow it to dry completely. This helps to prevent the accent color from bleeding under the tape and messing up all the hard work up until this point. As for choosing which accent color to begin with, it's always a good idea to start with your lightest color and work your way to your darkest color while painting colors over each other like this. Again, I'll start with a light coat, followed by a few medium coats of spray paint, and allow several hours to dry completely. With the first accent color painted on and dried, I'll begin taping off this color, adding to the areas that have already been taped off. I recommend leaving on the tape used for covering the base coat to save on tape and to not cause any issues once I paint on the first accent color over the new tape. The second accent color is more of the same fun from the first color. Apply a coat of the first accent color, apply a light coat of the second accent color, apply several medium coats, and allow to dry completely. Time for one of the best parts of cosplay making, the reveal of the final colors before weathering. As I go through removing the tape, I do see a few areas where the tape released and the colors mixed a little. That's okay though, it's easy enough to hide these errors while weathering. Now we'll begin adding some of the detail that would be difficult to tape off and use spray paint to get where I want it. For this, we'll add black acrylic paint with paintbrushes using a few coats to make it nice and level. If you plan on adding decals or logos, now is a good time to do that. After this step is complete, I recommend clear coating the helmet before moving on to weathering. For this helmet, I wanted the black to have more of a rubber-like look, so I opted not to do this important step. If you plan on using your helmet or armor for cosplay, I highly recommend clear coating before weathering so you have a barrier between your hard work and any scuffing or damage that might occur. Hello again. What you're about to see is a brown wash being used before a black wash. I was a fool and didn't rewatch the videos before writing the script for this tutorial, and I got the order of appearance wrong. You can do either first and your finished product will look outstanding either way. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the video. At long last, we'll give this helmet a story. We'll begin by using a small natural sponge piece to dab small amounts of black acrylic paint all over the helmet. Then, using a damp paper towel or cloth, wipe the paint in random directions to mimic the appearance of grime. Once we're finished with the black acrylic paint, we'll move on to brown acrylic paint to mimic the appearance of dirt. To add the appearance of scuffs and scratches, we'll spray silver spray paint onto a piece of cardboard or a paper plate. Then, using a stiff bristled brush, lightly drag it across the helmet. This technique looks best when used near the edges of the helmet and when used sparingly on open areas of the helmet. To add the appearance of dents and abrasions from impacts, you can create the shape you want the impact to look like with silver. Then, once it's dried, add a bit of black acrylic paint to the center, and once it's dried a bit, work it with a damp paper towel until only the edges of the silver are covered with black acrylic paint. And with that, this helmet is mostly complete. As soon as the visor for this helmet arrives, I'll go over tinting a visor and placing it on the helmet. Aside from that, this tutorial is complete. Stick around for this next part if you want to know about what videos will be coming out over the next few months. As for recent developments and changes, I will be a part of a project that will be happening in the next few months and will require me to have a completed ODST suit. What that means is that the Halo 3 sniper rifle build and tutorial will be postponed until later this year. Although in good news, I'll be uploading some speed build videos of working on ODST armor, a Halo Reach Gungnir helmet, and an Oni Section 3 Spartan laser. The ODST armor and Gungnir helmet will not have tutorials during this time, although I plan on getting the video of the Spartan laser build in its entirety, ending in a full build tutorial for that prop. So if you want to see any of the fun and shenanigans in fully building a hybrid Halo suit and a massive prop to go along with it, like and subscribe. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know in the comments below. Like if you enjoyed this part of the tutorial and would like to see more like it. And finally, subscribe if you want to know as soon as the next prop tutorial comes out. Until next time, have a great day, happy building, and I hope to see you here next week for a full build of Delta Props Halo 3 Brute Spike Grenade.